Have you ever been on a walk and felt like you were just, well, passing through, like you were just looking at scenery? What if I told you that every single hillside, every stream, every cluster of trees is actually telling a story? Well, in this explainer, we're going to learn how to read it.
I mean, what a cool way to see the world, right? It means that nothing out there is random. Every single element, a bent tree, a patch of moss, a weird rock, it's all like a word in that sentence. It's a whole narrative unfolding right in front of you if you just know how to look.
Okay, so that's the big question. And the good news is you really don't need a PhD in botany or geology to do this. You just need to learn how to be a detective, spotting clues and asking the right questions. So let's dive in.
So our first step is actually just a simple shift in mindset. We're not here to cram our heads full of facts. We're here to learn how to see.
This, right here, this is the absolute core skill. Thinking like an observer. Seriously, every single thing you see is a clue. The color of the soil, the way a plant is leaning, the feel of the wind on your face. It all means something. Your whole goal is to just start noticing the patterns they make together.
All right, before we start squinting at tiny details, we need some context. Like any good detective, we're going to survey the whole scene first. So let's zoom out and look at the big picture: orientation and topography. These are your first 4 questions. Just stop for a second, get your bearings, feel the wind on your face, where's the sun? These really simple observations tell you so much about the fundamental forces that are shaping this exact spot. It's all about figuring out where you are in the story.
So check this out. This slide shows how just one simple observation can predict so much. In the Northern Hemisphere, like the UK, a south-facing slope gets way more sun. That makes it warmer and drier. A north-facing one, it's going to be cooler, shadier, and hold a lot more moisture. That one fact alone basically dictates what can grow there, which animals will pop by, and even how the soil develops. It's a massive clue.
Okay, so once you know which way you're facing, you look at the shape of the land, the topography. Think of it as the skeleton that everything else is built on. Are you standing on a steep, windy ridge, or are you down in a gentle, sloping valley? Because that shape determines pretty much everything.
I love this line. Gravity writing its autobiography? It sounds poetic, but it's literally what's happening. It's such a simple but profound concept. Gravity pulls everything down, right? So valleys naturally become collection points for all the good stuff: water, soil, nutrients, while the ridges are constantly losing them. This is physics writing the landscape.
All right, we've got the big picture. Now, let's zoom way in. Let's get down to the ground-level clues, starting with the hidden chapter of the story that's right under our feet: the soil and the plants.
Seriously, don't be afraid to get your hands a little dirty. The soil is basically the memory of a place. Is it sticky? That clay tells you water hangs around. Is it dark and crumbly? That tells you it's packed with life and organic matter. Pale, thin soil? That suggests nutrients are pretty scarce. Every handful tells a little story of water, life, and history.
You gotta love this idea. A plant can't just pack up and move if it doesn't like the neighborhood, right? It has to adapt to whatever's going on. And because of that, its appearance is a direct, honest-to-goodness report on the local conditions.
So the key thing here is to look for contrast. Do you see plants that are short, tough, kind of hardy looking? Well, they're telling you about stress. Maybe it's super windy, or the soil's no good, or something keeps eating them. But on the other hand, if you see tall, lush, vibrant green growth, that's a huge green flag. It's screaming that it's got nutrients, shelter, and plenty of water.
Okay, so we've looked at the land and the plants. Now let's meet the other characters in this story: the inhabitants, the animals, and the really powerful editors that are constantly shaping this place: the weather.
You might not actually see the animals themselves, but their handwriting is everywhere. A well-worn trail tells you about a daily commute to find food or water. A nibbled plant tells you what's on the menu. And hey, even the absence of these signs is a clue. It all helps you build this amazing picture of the community that actually lives here. Now this is a real game-changing idea. We tend to think of weather as something that just happens to a landscape, but it's not passive at all. Wind, rain, sun, they are active editors, constantly carving, pruning, and reshaping the story of a place. And you can see the evidence of this editing process everywhere you look. Ever notice how trees on an exposed ridge might all be leaning one way? That's the wind, literally pruning them. Or see those little channels carved into a dirt path after a big storm? That's the work of rain. These clues make those invisible forces of weather totally visible. Okay, We've gathered clues from the shape of the land all the way down to nibbled leaves. Now for the fun part. Let's put it all together. This is how you go from just noticing things to actually reading fluently.
This slide, right here, this is the aha moment. A novice reading is just seeing separate facts. Oh, there's some clay soil here, and look, rushes. A fluent reader connects them into a story. The fact that it's a north-facing hollow causes the runoff to collect, which creates that waterlogged clay, which then selects for these specific rushes, which in turn supports a whole ecosystem of insects and birds. You see, it's all one big connected story.
So here's a super practical tool you can actually use on your next walk. Just a simple 5-question habit. Whenever you stop, just run through these in your head. They guide you from the big physics of gravity and water all the way down to the lives of plants and animals and even into the deep history of the place.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway of all. Don't get intimidated by this stuff. You don't need an encyclopedia in your head to do it. The real skill is just patience. It's about slowing down, looking closely, and letting your curiosity guide you. The land will tell you its secrets if you just give it a little bit of time.
And that's really the goal, isn't it? To transform a simple walk into a real conversation with the world around you. You'll never, ever see a hillside the same way again. It's no longer just a pretty view. It's a story, and it's just waiting for you to read it.